Hi there, everyone. My name is Iqbal Al Hakim, and my student number is 332101113, and I'm from 332A01, and today here with my partner.
Hi, I'm Reza Hubransha from class 33 to A01 and my student number is 33210107. We are here to discuss whether or not students should wear uniforms at school. So, what's your name, Iqbal?
Well, Reza, to be frank, I think they shouldn't.
Why? Care to explain?
You see, we see uniform worn by student as useless, for they are anything aside a means of clothing and to brand one's identity as a student of the respective school.
That's quite bold to say that they're useless.
Okay, sorry, but you probably saw it. I mean, uniforms aren't cheap. You need to buy them, and sometimes in separate piece. And for some, they barely can afford it.
So, your reasoning is that it creates inequality due to one being rich and the other is poor in comparison.
Yes, yes, something like that. Something like that.
Although, don't you think that uniform can be some sort of method of discipline? I mean, it gives us a form of discipline in our way of dressing. It gives us an awareness that we should focus on studying first when it comes to school.
What is that? Don't be silly. Don't be silly. Uniform is nothing more than mere means of clothing in certain place, like work or formal place. It didn't give you the ability to focus on study. That just us and them developing another identity. There is a research about whether clothing affects the subject's nature and habits in life. The most particular subjects are students. They displayed quite the result that range from their difference at school and home. While at home, students often become lazy and rebellious, which is rather natural since most of them are teenagers. They rarely study and are organized as much as they are in school.
So, you're saying it's not the clothing, but the person.
Yes, discipline is something that was shown by parents and teachers. True that uniform has part in this process, but they're not that big. Must come from responsibility.
Okay, that's true. And for some reason, I can see some of the pros to why students don't have to wear it.
Such as,
Let's be honest, we often dress the way our parents do, or at least what they pick for us, or imitate what we see. The same can be said for uniform, but the difference is it's a must, whereas uniform have to be worn at school and can be changed unless some condition were to happen, like let's say you're sick and etc. But what if you don't have what if you don't have a uniform to wear? It's like branding you like you're poor while the others are capable of wearing one.
Yes, exactly. Sometimes uniform can be seen as a means to suppress a person's individuality and character. And tough, sometimes there are those who try to rebel because they don't like the rules set over their uniform, just to make a few changes in their attire, such as shorten their skirt or tore a hole in their pants.
That's stupid.
What can you expect?
Masih ada bagian lu.
What can you expect? Expect
Expect.
most of this. Expect. What can you expect? Most of these sorts of people are teenagers, particularly those in their rebellious age, which is also a part of growing up, where they are creating their own identity.
I can relate that to one of my experiences, which I'm not going to share.
What did you do?
Well, it was long ago that I can barely remember it. All I can tell was that it was a complete disaster and a humiliation for life. A, hu- a, and a humiliation for life.
It's okay, Reza. Everyone has their own embarrassment in clothing. Sometimes, when it comes to children, when they dress the way they want, they tend to go overboard, and that's fine to a great extent, that is. So, Reza, have you made a conclusion through all these pros and cons?
Ah, yes. Now I can draw a conclusion to this. While it's a must to wear uniforms, I hope the school would like to reconsider on allowing students to wear casual clothes. It's not just for economic sake, but also to help shaping their individual characters instead of printing an imprinted character on them. But I believe that children will still need the assistance of uniforms to teach them the appropriate dress code in society and their age to prevent, let's say, violation of norms and degradation to their morality due to the wrong culture they've chosen to adopt. That's all I can think about.
Well, you just summed up everything I was about to say. Good job. And there you have it. So wearing uniform isn't exactly comfortable, but it is also a must regarding weather. Regarding weather are not usual where it is up to you and the rules that bind it.